Central Texas students and families are prepping for the new school year. Can you believe it? It is already back. So in addition to backpacks and school supplies, parents of kids with type 1 diabetes are likely also meeting with school nurses or teachers and formulating some care plans for their students. It can be a lot to navigate in addition to all of the other back to school to-dos.
Tomorrow, a group called Breakthrough T1D is teaming up with experts from Dell Children's to offer families some resources for navigating the school day with diabetes. That session will be at 4:30 in the afternoon at 500 East St. John's Avenue. All the details are right there. But joining us today to share some advice and some of their personal experiences are our two guests. Emily Bakunas is a former board member for Breakthrough T1D, and her son Mason is also here with her. So thank you both for being with us. We appreciate it.
Okay, Mason, I want to start with you.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What grade are you going into, and what has it been like navigating school with type 1 diabetes?
I'm going into my sophomore year in high school, which is crazy, but it's happening. And managing with diabetes so far is, I think it's different in every single grade school, like in elementary and middle school and in high school. It's just a difference on how your brain thinks differently. In elementary school, it was kind of harder for me to figure out and needed more help because I was like this tall and I was tiny.
Right.
So I had a lot more help and attention. And then in middle school, it kind of started slowly fading away and needed to be more focused on me. And I think that was a very good learning experience because it helped me figure out what my disease was more. And then in high school now, I've just started, but it's still like helping me. It's making me feel like I'm ready to start doing things on my own, even outside of school. So I think it's just learning on how to figure out what works best for you. And it's been pretty easy for me. I mean, I've had the help of my parents, and like I know she's like laughing at me because she does a lot of it. But I feel like if she wasn't there, I wouldn't have any knowledge of how to do it. So. But I think,
Oh, that's sweet.
I'd love to see that. Well, Emily, I know that I'm sure because Mason is a little bit older now, it's maybe easier to get some of these things handled. Yes. But can you talk about some of the challenges and what you've had to work with, both when Mason was younger and now that he's a little bit older? How do you set him up for success?
Yes, exactly. So we spent a lot of time, and still do, meeting with the school nurse and the administrators and the teachers and making sure that they all have the information that they need to keep these kids safe during the day. You know, lunchtime is a big deal, and when you eat, you have to dose insulin if you have type 1 diabetes. And so making sure that there's constant communication with the school about who's going to be doing that, and especially when it's a smaller child.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed when he just started his kindergarten year, and so for quite a few years we were very hands-on with the whole thing. But now that he's older, he is able to do so many more things on his own, of course, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But really just making sure that everyone understands and is educated about exactly what it means to have type 1 diabetes and how to keep them safe all day. And Breakthrough T1D does a great job. There's so many resources that they have that can help you from the very beginning. Information you can share with the teachers, ways to plan your lunches during the day to make it more safe for the kids, resources about helping children who may be anxious about going to school with type 1 diabetes or maybe self-conscious about it.
That's not me.
That is not my child at all. But
Didn't have to worry about that.
Didn't have to worry about that part. But they have all sorts of resources that help to address all of those things.
I want to ask you, Mason, because I think it could be anxiety-inducing for a lot of kids, but you seem to have had such a great experience with it. What's your advice for kids who might be going to school for the first time navigating all of this?
I would say tell everybody, and not in full depth, just tell everybody that like you have this disease only in case like something really bad happens. That's the most thing. But also make it your whole personality. That's what I do. And so many people are like, you need to stop making diabetes your personality. But it's like, I wouldn't be me if I didn't have diabetes. So like, I think it's just a whole thing that's like, take it to your advantage. I use it so much and like, just be strong with it, honestly. Like just have it as, it's power and you can use that power in good ways and like, just, I don't know, it's fun to like brag about it.
I definitely think it's given him a lot of self-confidence, right? Like having to deal with a lot of these things has made him more resilient and more self-confident than he already was, which was plenty. But Yeah, use it to your advantage.
I'm not bragging that I've
Absolutely.
had a phone since first grade.
There's some perks.
It's
You're
a
saying.
medical
exactly.
counting,
It's
though.
a
It is
medical
counting,
device.
You're incredible to be able to navigate all of this. I think it is a superpower. And so to both of you, thank you so much for joining us today, for giving parents and kids some tips as they head back to the classroom. We will note that again, that is a resource session tomorrow, 4:30. It's bilingual, Spanish and English, so lots of different families can get some of those tips. And we'll of course make sure this all gets online at kxan.com. But Emily and Mason, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
We'll send it over to Rich now for a check outside.